I ain't done a story time in a minute. People be liking the story times. So here is a good one. Not really good for me because it's embarrassing and that's besides the point. I want y'all to learn from what I gotta say. So let's rewind the clock. I was probably in like 10th grade or so around the time. I'm still sort of hazy on the memories exactly. But this was high school time and I was a down bad lover boy, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to, messing around with this girl, and she was talking to and messing around with one of my closest friends at the time. Looking back, I shouldn't have done that. I should have been more self-respecting and just nipped that shit in the bud. But as I said before, down bad lover boy. I was in too deep. It evolved into a lot of worse things happening to me, and this is what that story is about. So around this time, my sister was working at this frozen yogurt shop called Tutti Frutti, and at that time, they were selling these like really big, nice cupcakes. And I'm going up there one day to, like see my sister and whatnot, and I see the cupcakes, and I'm like, those look nice. I should buy one for old girl and just let her know that, I was thinking about her and stuff. Maybe she'll like it. So I bought the cupcake for her that night so I could give it to her on the bus that morning on the way to school. I rode the bus with her as well as the other guy that she was messing with because that's not fucking messy. So within the order that we get onto the bus, he gets on first, I get on second, she gets on third. I get onto the bus and, he's sitting like, let's say third row, and I end up sitting in the second row. And back in the day when your seat kind of like reserved and stuff, like not anybody could sit here for real except one particular person. You gonna pop your book bag next to you, make sure nobody try to creep in. You know what I'm saying? And you set that boundary. So I had my book bag prepped up just for her to get onto said bus. She gets on the bus, pull the book bag down. She comes sit next to me. And I'm like, yo, pull this little box out. I had 2 cupcakes in it. One for me, one for her. I open the box. I'm like, hey, I got you something. I was thinking about you last night. I bought you some shit. I hope you like it. She's like, oh, that's really like so sweet of you. Thank you so much. I'm not like the biggest fan of like cakes and cupcakes and stuff like that. But like I'll still try to enjoy it because you went out of your way to think about me and I really appreciate that. This story is getting harder and harder for me to tell the further I go into it. My head hurts. So I'm talking to her, we're having like our normal morning conversation and whatnot. And she's enjoying the icing on the cupcake. She's like, like licking it off and like she likes it. Yeah. Then she like finishes with the icing that was on said cupcake and she was like, appreciate it. Hands the cupcake back to me. So after she does that, she grabs all her shit and goes and sits with my best fucking friend. So I'm sitting there with this icingless, moist cupcake in my hand. And like all I could do is just look at that motherfucker. For the next 15 to 20 minutes or so that we're riding to school, I'm just staring at this fucking icingless cupcake. Like, did that shit dead ass just happen to me? So we finally get to school. This story is like bothering the fuck out of me the more I fucking talk about it. Like, I thought I was cool because it happened like fucking years ago. I was basically a kid at the time, but like, damn, nigga. Like, are you serious? We get into the school. I find the nearest fucking trash can. I throw that bitch away. I threw my own cupcake away too. I didn't even want that bitch anymore, and I wasn't going to give it to anybody else because I was going to have to explain what the fuck just happened to me, and I was too embarrassed to talk about it. So I throw that shit away. Then I go to like the fucking bathroom, and I just fucking cry. I cried my fucking eyes out like a little bitch because I was acting like a little bitch. But it's cool. It's all okay. It was a learning experience. That day taught me so much about people and myself and life and all that good stuff. And that's why I'm here to tell you about those lessons that I got. When people show you who they are, Just fucking believe it. There's anybody who's capable of doing that to you after saying like they love you and like doing all of this like rah rah and whatnot, you know, like cut that shit off. Fuck. Now I'm saying all this. Ultimately, like, yes, I have healed, and yes, I'm like still friends with this girl. I'm still friends with this guy to this day. It wasn't always like that. We actually like just started like speaking again like a few days ago, but that's besides the point. At the end of the day, I should have respected myself more. And I do now because of that thing that I went through. You know, they say that like, you know, people aren't supposed to have their cake and eat it too, or however that saying goes. Well, she like did that. Like literally. And that happened because I was being a little bitch. Shit like that just continued to happen for like, I don't know how long of a span it was. It was like the majority of high school where I let that bullshit happen to me because I was acting like a little bitch. You can't act like a little bitch. You can't love someone and then proceed to let them walk all over you, because at that point you're not loving yourself and you're not even being you around them. You're just being a bitch. I don't know how else to put it. Me, now, as a real nigga, I'll never let no bullshit like that happen to me again. Have a girl fucking talk to like other dudes and shit back and forth, rah rah, let alone have it be someone that I was calling my brother at the time? Fuck no, nigga. Moral of the story, respect yourself. That's really about it. The content's getting good. The content is getting more frequent. The content is getting... You know what I'm saying? We up. We finna be up this year. This motion is stupid as fuck. Like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys.